What's going on, everybody? I am here with my co-host and my co-host's daughter for Financial Fitness Friday. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And one of the things I wanted to go over, Dave, give a little introduction there. I apologize.
No, that's all good. Don't worry about it. We got my little co-host, little Miss Aria. You go say hi to everybody. No, okay, that's fine. Homesick today, so it's okay. Doing some work with Dad. We're gonna make some phone calls, huh?
There you go.
All right.
Nice.
Keep shy.
So
I feel up.
I think one of the most important things to talk about is cash flow, right? From a business perspective and a personal perspective. We've talked about budgeting, but the lifeblood of any business is and always will be cash flow. One of the things that I've seen way too many people mess up is managing a business just based on what's in the bank, not understanding what's going in, what's going out, what that rate looks like. Meaning, hey, if you are steadily increasing your cash flow, right? So you did 20,000 last month, 25,000 this month, but let's say 22,000 left the bank 2 months ago and 27,000 leaves the bank this month. That cash flow, while there may be cash in there, that cash flow is decreasing because you're losing money on a monthly basis, right? Way too many people budget their business, budget their lives in this manner. And it stems from not looking at the right reports. It stems from basically using the bank, using your bank account as your metric for cash flow management. Dave, I'm sure you've seen this, right?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I think we talked about it recently too. It's offense versus defense, and a lot of times people get comfortable where they're at, and it's happened to us. Like you see an influx coming in, and it's like you start hitting a number, and then you lay off the gas a little bit, and now it's like, how do we hold on to what we have instead of increasing more coming in? And I think that's very important. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
What do you got on this?
I mean,
But no, man. I mean, that's again, playing offense solves a lot of cash flow problems too. Running down your systems. What are your numbers every month? All this stuff coming in and coming out, right? Right. Thank you. So that's a huge deal on that, man. You got to play offense, and people
yeah.
just get stuck in that when they're watching. Oh, let's keep what we have. Oh, we're going backwards. How do we hold on to it instead of increasing cash flow?
Well, increasing cash flow is great, but you got to remember what are the expenses on that?
Yes.
Okay. So at the end of the day, if every month you're increasing 10 or 20%, but your expenses are also increasing 10 or 20%, you could be losing money. All right. And the bottom line is the real way to gauge cash flow is not using your business bank account, right? Because that just shows you what you have. The real way to manage your cash flow is by looking at a P&L. Okay? What did you spend? What did you make? You want to make more than you spend. That's very, very obvious. Now, on the flip side, if you don't have a business, it works it works the same. It's actually a little easier to track your personal cash flow. Why? Because most people only have one or two sources of income. So if you know what's coming in, you can budget for what you need to, what's going out. And I will say this: the majority of people, right? We are in the situation we're in today, okay, because our government can't manage it, and most people can't manage it, right? This is one of those topics that, doing a 15-minute call on a 20-minute call on is not enough. All right. It starts with creating that budget. One of the things I've always talked about is creating kind of a pie chart, creating a pie chart and following that pie chart. Okay. And what I mean by a pie chart is if you have fixed expenses, right? The next person, by the way, that just randomly calls me and does not text me first, I will block and I will not do business with. That's where I'm at. Okay? You guys literally saw me throw the phone. So how do you do this? Well, look at your fixed expenses. The fixed expenses are rent or your mortgage, right? Your car, food, the things that you need to live, okay? Insurance. You want to keep those at, let's say, 30 to 40%. Ideally, let's just say the average person has it at 40%. And by the way, the average person doesn't have it at 40%. It's probably way higher, okay? Then you want to have, let's say, 20% investing, 20% in savings. Okay. I prefer 25% investing, 25% savings, and then you keep 10% for discretionary. All right. So no matter what, if you keep those ratios fixed in your business, personally, you are going to run a lot better, a lot leaner. All right. And you're not going to have those cash flow issues. Well, guess what? Your business works the exact same way. Okay. That is a must. You have to do that. You absolutely have to do that. And the sooner people get into that habit, the sooner people can do that on a monthly basis, the better off we're going to be. And if we all operated that way, okay, you wouldn't have the challenges, you wouldn't have the struggles, you wouldn't have the issues that you have because everyone is making progress. Because you're saving and you're investing and your costs are low. And then if you fix that, the only thing that you ever have to worry about is how do you grow that top line number? Everything else will take care of itself. You know, like I can tell you my fixed costs are probably at like 25% of what I make. Okay. That's a cheat. My fixed costs are super low because I live well below my means. That means I can invest more than the average person. I can save more than the average person. The challenge that I've run into is having investments that have gone sideways or just haven't paid or materialized yet. I'm just giving you personal examples. But my business, integrated, no challenge there, right? Like super strong. Dave, what else you got on this?
You hit that nail. And then I was at a conference in state yesterday. We were, part of 15 speakers, and those of you that are watching this that were there, thank you for letting me and all those other great people, drop some knowledge. But something that's one of the speakers was talking about, and yeah, it's something we look at too. And it surprises me how many people don't look at that is, what are your margins, especially if you have control of that, of what you can control and your sale price for your product or service, what is your margin? So a lot of people don't check that at all. And like you were saying, keeping your cost base down to 25%, right? That's another way. If you have to increase pricing, I mean, that's just the way it goes, on the flip side, so guys, check your margins, man. Like it's so overlooked. What's your profit margin? Huh? What's that? What's profit margin mean? And so many people don't. It blows my mind how many people don't know what that means. They just look at, what their costs coming in. They don't look at all that other stuff on the back end, that you were talking about, how you can cut that so low.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys should know at the end of every month, right? Like I'll tell you, we went at one of the summits for Arate. Mr. Wonderful came in. Obviously, the guys on Shark Tank have multiple businesses. You know what they do at the end of every month? All they have to do is look at a financial statement for each business. Okay, and then they dig into the financial statement and figure out what's going on in the business. And then they ask the operator, hey, what do you see here? What can we do better? What do I need to do to support you? Right? What's the initiatives that we're working on? And by implementing and operating from that type of system, you can actually accomplish way more. All right. So, we'll dig into this again, but I just want to give you guys the basics of that, and you guys really need to start running everything that way. All right. Listen, I appreciate you, Dave. Thanks for coming on. Hope your daughter feels better.
Thank you.
And,
Man.
I will,
Hope you
guys.
didn't
What?
hope you didn't break the screen.
Oh, dude, I've all my phones. Like, I have all the cases. They still get jammed up. Like, I'm surprised they haven't fucking exploded yet.
Oh, they will. It can
Yeah,
happen.
it's just such a clusterfuck of epic proportions. Guys, I would please appreciate you guys tuning in. Share this with someone that needs to hear it. Tag somebody. We do these for free. We do them for you. Please do me a favor and share that. I will not be with you guys next week. I will be in Aruba.
Nice.
Dave will be handling both. I'm sure Dave will bring the value. Maybe, just we get Brad back on. Let him make some guest appearances. All right. Appreciate you guys. Keep kicking ass. Let's go.